Hats, pillars, principles, and protocols. If we get this right, it holds communities together, it builds trust, it helps us all. If not, it can tear them apart. What are hats? What hat are you wearing? Think about this. For me, am I wearing my dad hat? Am I wearing my employee, my employer, my volunteer hat? My leader, my follower? I can't lead and follow at the same time. Even though as far as working in a group, I may be leading right this second and then realize, ooh, we need to hand off this control. And so I put my follower hat on. And keeping in mind, what hat are you wearing right now? Pillars. What's a pillar? A pillar is an anchor. It's a foundational. It's where you're hooked to. You know, it's so your pillar, and where I'm going right here, it is a business relationship. It's more about what the foundation. You got a stool. You know, you got a stool with one leg. It better be planted in the ground or concreted. And you can have a stool with one leg. You can have a stool with two legs and still work, but it better be anchored somewhere real well. 3 legs, now they can hold up on their own. 4 legs, we're doing better. You know, so how many pillars do you have holding you up? Principles. You know, principles go even deeper. They go all the way to your core. What are your principles? Personally, I follow biblical principles. And you don't have to believe in God to agree with the principles. When you look as far as just the why, the faith foundation, you know, you don't have to follow my faith, but back as far as truth, we agree truth is good. The golden rule, just treat people the way you want to be treated. Stewardship, trust and obey. Old song, old hymn. Trust and obey. There is no other way. And if we want people to trust us, we have to act trustworthy. Protocols. Protocols are how we actually do something, go about doing something. In the AI community, you know, or in anything, you have your structure, your protocol, your order, how you want to go and do that. When you sit back and look at this, I'm just working on notes right this second. We have different pillars. We have pillars of stewardship, you know, foundational pillars. We've got pillars of alignment. Do we all agree? We've got community pillars. And the pillars is kind of like your hats, but the pillars is more over a group or a business. You know, so we've got our hats as an individual. We've got our pillar. We've got that anchor as far as what does our group stand for? What anchors us? And once again, truth and communication, hospitality. Hospitality is a great pillar. Cooperation, stewardship. There's all sorts of specialized value that is in there. Accountability without blame. You know, we got to have pillars about how we operate, and as far as we build these protocols. And we've got business protocols, we've got community protocols, and the protocol about how you do things, we've got one protocol that's going to be more or less like your hat. You as an individual, okay, if I'm going to go right now and think like a CEO, I got to put my CEO hat on. If I'm going to think like somebody who's here to serve, I got to put my servant hat on. I may even have to put my hat on. I'm going to think like a construction worker. I'm going to put my hard hat, or a race car driver, my helmet on. You know, you football player, you know, you got to put your helmet on. But when you put this helmet on, you're not trying to think about anything else except your task that's in front of you. So, you know, think about that. We've got, you know, whether if it's a hat or a helmet, that's your personal protocol. If we look back at this as a pillar, that's your business or your community protocol. I'm trying to form a group called the Golden Coalition. And this Golden Coalition is going to be individuals, which we're going to call ambassadors. And these ambassadors are going to help the community. And if we can go and think like an ambassador, whether we're a brand ambassador, community ambassador, we're looking out for who we're supposed to be looking out for more than we're looking out for ourselves. If you will look after the others and they realize you're always looking after them, when you say, I've got my ambassador hat on, and I'm going to look after you first, that's going to build trust. And Victory Promotions and Sales, we're not trying, if you get right down to it, to sell anything. We're trying to connect other people who sell, who buy, who operate in any capacity. We are a connector. We would like to educate. We would like to help you be the best ambassador you can be. We would like to help your community or your business see the various pillars that you have. And if you need to anchor to them better, do that. But as far as this Golden Coalition, if we can all work together, it would be amazing what we can go and do. Ambassadors. I've got the ABCs of ambassadors. We've got your, the A is the advocate, the ambassador's advocate. That's going to be, hopefully, my primary job, is to help the business ambassador, which is the B side, or the brand ambassador. Those are basically for profit. And you realize if you're dealing with this person that, hey, they've got to be company minded. So yes, they are, looking out for the company, or if they're a nonprofit, they're a community ambassador. The community ambassador is going to be more of a volunteer mindset, but still they're looking out for their group. They're not looking out for themselves. Many people will wear multiple hats. And once again, like we said, as far as pillars, your community, your business, your team can have multiple pillars that y'all actually anchor to. And when you look at this whole thing, I guess maybe I get so excited that maybe I need to sit on my hands. But it all starts with a conversation. And we would like to help you get the conversation started, that you need to get started to make the connection with somebody else in our Golden Coalition. And you may have a service that you need and somebody in this coalition can provide, or you may have something that you're trying to offer. And that's all I'm trying to do, is bring these people together, because we can do so much when we all work together. When we look at the fact that sometimes you'll have two little stores that are competing so hard against each other, when really if they would work together, they could increase their buying power. There's so many different ways that if we would just work together, work like a big family, and we need to work as a very functional family. We need to truly, how do we make that next step? The videos that I've made so far is just one little key ingredient at a time. If you have any questions, please ask. You can email. I'll put a link below in the comments. Drop a comment. And we're not about trying to see how many followers we can get. We're about building this coalition. And as we get this coalition working together, we can help small businesses. I believe we can help you where you are right now. And like I keep saying, over and over and over, it all starts with a conversation.